The Junior Springbok team will be looking to maintain the standards set by their senior counterparts, who won the Rugby World Cup back-to-back in 2019 and 2023. The senior team will be expected to successfully defend their title at the World Cup in Australia in 2027. But with most players aging and unlikely to be part of the distant future, young players will have to step up to keep the momentum going. The bulk of those players will most likely come from the Junior Springboks team that will take part in the inaugural Under-20 Rugby Championship in Australia next month. And Junior Boks coach Bafana Nhleko says he's under pressure to produce players for the senior team.
No, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to really be part of South African rugby at this point in time. It's a privilege to be part of an organisation that's won back-to-back World Cups. Our biggest aim and our biggest desire is to make sure that we can keep producing for them. And if we can produce Springboks out of this group, then we're really on the right track. Performance is always there. We want to do well as a team. We want to do well as a group, not just for ourselves but for the country. And if that comes along with producing Springboks, then we're on the right track.
The Junior Boks will play against the host nation Australia, New Zealand and Argentina. Although they don't know much about the opposition, Nhleko says they will focus more on testing their systems and style of play.
Playing New Zealand first up, they've got a new coaching staff, so we're only going on what we think the New Zealand rugby DNA is. But the biggest thing for us has been to the boys, it's 90% about us, because we want to test our systems more than worry about what the opposition are doing. We want to see how we measure up in the things that we want to get right. Australia were very good last year, the Junior World Champs. I thought they played really well. So between them and Argentina, who have got the same coaches, I would like to think there'll be glimpses of the same team, or at least the same style of play.
A number of players were part of the squad that represented the Junior Boks at World's Rugby Under-20 Championship that was hosted in South Africa last year. Nhleko says the experience they gained will come in handy in this tournament.
Absolutely. Last year we learned some tough lessons in difficult weather conditions, but also just not really packing a punch at set piece, and that hurt us quite a bit. I think it really impacted us as a team going forward and our ability to play to our potential. So that's one thing we've tried to address, but also keeping in mind that this is a different team, different mission, so I want them to cover out their own identity.
France-based Tian Jacobs, who plays for top-ranked team Biarritz Olympique, is part of the team for this tournament. Nhleko says they've been keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, look, Tian has been in South Africa since, he was born here, he was here till matric, so he's somebody that we've been keeping an eye on from school through the Border Cravenwick team. The club is obviously the club that he's at is going through some difficult times and lots of uncertainty. We started engaging with his club, we started engaging with him, his parents, and through the SA Rugby, I think probably middle of last year already, just really trying to understand where he's at and what's happening. And it just so happened that, given what's going on that side with the club and the opportunity that presented itself, that he could come here. And
the tournament will be staged on Australia's Sunshine Coast from the 2nd to the 12th of May next month, with the Boks kicking off their campaign against New Zealand. Vincent Itura, SABC News, Johannesburg.